Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse and this is StoneBlock. For what's happened today, I'm having an utterly amazing one myself. I'm feeling better. I'm off the NyQuil. The NyQuil. I don't know what NyQuil is, but don't take it. It doesn't sound good. But I'm definitely feeling better. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day too. And in between episodes, I didn't do too much, and we'll kind of get to it. I ran into an issue, and we'll deal with that in a second. I only made one new chicken, so I have the Yolorium chicken. So I have him here. He's just sitting there. He's doing his thing. He's 10-10-10. And he's pretty fantastic. Over here, Unicorn ran through the hall and vomited everywhere. And now we have a whole lot of colorful blocks. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Usually I would never do something like this, like ever. This is just not me. I usually do, you know, a light color with contrasting color, and that's just the way I build. You know what I mean? I'm not a hermit crafter. I don't build like those guys. I'm not good like those guys. I'm not one of those amazing vanilla builders. But I do the kind of contrasting thing. And I don't usually use a lot of color, but this thing was just, it's going to be a rainbow generator, right? And it's not going to be today because we have an issue, but I'll cover that. I just wanted to use color in here because this place is going to be colorful anyway. So I decided to just go nuts with it. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. These are actually, what are they called? Rainbow porcelain? Let's look at them real quick here. Rainbow porcelain. Yeah, you have these rainbow bricks. That's kind of one of the blocks you make. But the rainbow porcelain itself, craft the base one. You can kind of craft them with themselves. Convert them over to the different kinds. It's just kind of how deep the color is and how the cycle goes. And they're just really cool blocks. I really like them. And I didn't want to go insane with them, but at the same time, this room just called for it. Because if you've never seen a rainbow generator, when you finally see it go, you'll understand just how crazy it is. But we're not going to be able to set that up today. That is unfortunate. That is what I really want to get into because we hit an issue. And it's with this. So the rainbow generator, it requires all the generators to be running. But the potion generator is currently broken. It doesn't work in the pack. There's actually an issue on the issue tracker for the mod pack about the exact generator, right? So it's not working at all. It will not accept any potions at all whatsoever in the current version. So until they, I think, update extra utilities too in the next version, hopefully, I'm hoping the next one, we won't be able to get the rainbow generator going. So instead of that, instead of, you know, dealing with unicorn vomit, we're going to go down here and build a extreme reactor. So that's what we're going to get today. Because I still need to deal with power. I need more power, man. We're only running off a tiny little bit. And we're going to kind of, yeah, get into extreme reactor here. It requires the Yolorium that I have over there. And we're just going to get it crafted up real quick. And it should not be too difficult. It will take a couple of minutes here. But we'll get that done. Let's stop that processing. Let's head over to, what do we need here? Let's go to extreme. And we're going to need a whole lot of graphite. Where's the casing? The casing right here. This is kind of the main kind of component for this. It's just coal smelted down. So we're going to kind of get that done real quick. And get that into one of these. Probably handle that. And then make the, I guess the recipe for the reactor itself. Probably not in there because that's not where it's done. We could probably do that here if I turn off processing. Probably work a lot better. And there we go. We have that recipe. Then we're going to take that and probably pump that into here. And make a whole lot of reactor casing. We're going to do 11 by 11 by 11. That's kind of the dimensions we're going to go with. I think we're going to need close to about 600 of these. So I'm going to make 576 to kind of start. Why does it say we need those? Because I didn't tell it how to make those yet. That might be helpful. Let's go here. Let's still have to make those as well. And they're just a little more graphite, a little bit of redstone and gold. And maybe now we can do it. So let's go to casing. Try that again. Let's go to about 576. Start that off. I don't think they're going to take very long either. There we go. What am I doing? Which casings did I just make? Which ones are those? We can make all the thermal casings in the world. Doesn't matter. We'll use at least half of those going through the pack. Let's go back. I don't even care about resources anymore. I'm at that point in the pack already. But anyway, let's go this way. Let's make that. My crafting system's too fast for its own good. Just look at it. It's like, that is, I should have a seizure warning pop up right now. That is because of this thing. It just goes so fast now. Utterly insane. And that crafter, just with the little amount of CPUs we have, is insane as well. Our crafting, like refined storage is just crazy how easy it is compared to EE. I have to say that. But anyway, let's go ahead and craft up everything else we need here. Let's go to reactor. We're going to need the controller. I think that's it right there. We just craft that right away because we have the casings. You don't need refined uranium. That just happens to be what I think we get from either the, it must be the chicken that's giving us that, because that's the uranium I'm getting. We also have, what else do we need here? We're gonna need 2 reactor access ports. So let's go ahead. Let's make a stack of those because I'm tired of making them. I guess we should make some wood too to kind of replace that. Get that out of here. Do that. There we go. We don't have to worry about wood for a while. I really should just hook up the bonsai tree to a storage bus. Maybe I'll do that in between episodes. What was I looking for? Reactor port. We're gonna get 2 of those. There we go. There's 2 of those. And what else are we gonna need here? We're also gonna need the flux power. Grab that. That's gonna be so we can pull power out of it. And that might be all the blocks we need, actually. It might be that simple. Well, how many casings do we have? Looks like we have every casing done already. Oh no, we still have 2 more blocks we need here. Let's do that. Oh, let's grab you again. Totally derping. I'm all willy-nilly and crazy because I feel better now, and I'm just like all excited. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I've been so miserable the last few days, but today I feel great. Let's go back to at extreme. Check that out. And we might need some of these graphite blocks too, actually, because we already have to have some blocks inside the reactor. We'll deal with that after. We already need 9 of these reactor controllers, so we're going to have to go ahead and make some graphite alone. So let's go to graphite. You will need a fair amount of this graphite, so yeah, don't feel bad about making too much. I mean, it's just coal, right? There we go. Let's go back to extreme. There we go. And what were the last blocks we need? We need 9 of these, right? So let's do... What are we missing? Those. There we go. Grab 9 for the setup we're going to do, because we're going to do 9 rods. We're going to need these reactor fuel rods as well. I think it's going to be 9 tall on the inside, so we need 81 of these. So maybe start working to those. I guess I'll do a stack first. Oh, I did bad stuff. Okay, not too bad. What is that? That is 73. What would that? That'd be 80. I think I made too many, but that's fine, right? Actually, that's spot on. That's 81 right there. That's good. We have our reactor control. We have that. That's everything we need to actually build a reactor. Now, there's different ways of cooling this reactor. You can use things like iron blocks. You can use diamond blocks. You can use Enderium. You can use things like that. The better way to do it is with fluids. We're actually going to use a thing called jellied cryolithium because we can make it really easy now. I think it'd be the best way to do it. So we're going to need a whole bunch of this cryolithium dust. I have no idea how much of this we need. We're probably going to need about 300 buckets, I think. Let's make a portable tank. I'll probably do it this way. Portable tank. Let's grab you. Sweet. Grab that as well. That's awesome. Then we'll want some upgrades, right? So let's go to kits. We'll want this up to at least the 3rd tier, I think. I think it has about 300 buckets at that point. I think. Keyword is I think. Let's do that. Let's do that. This stuff is going to be made in the, what is it called there? The magma crucible. We're going to get one of them done here in a second. Go ahead and grab you. Sweet. And yeah, let's go find our magma crucible. Oh, that's a quest too. Shows you what I know. Let's see here. Magma crucible. Let's break you. Let's pop you there. Let's throw the tank there. Maybe get it upgraded here. Why didn't I just do this too? You could actually just combine all these, turn into one kit, and just go bam. Let's break that for a second. I just want to see the size of it. 320. That should be good enough. Sweet. Let's reset that. Let's set the top to output. Let's set the back to input. And we'll just put a chest there and feed this. Let's go there. Let's grab some kind of chest here. Do that. Sweet. And then we're going to make a whole bunch of that cryolithium dust and just smelt it all down, which is pretty cool. We will have to set this to auto input. Let's go right there. Auto input enabled. That's fantastic there. So what is it? Cryo. Not the other way around. Do that. We got tons of blizzard rods here, so we should be able to just go, yeah, just like that. Just all willy-nilly. That looks good. There we go. I think it makes about 250 millibuckets per one. So yeah, I don't know what it will max out to. But I'm going to make more than we need because we'll need it later on anyway. So that's not a big deal. I should be able to start pumping that in there, right? Go. And that should start just smelting down and filling up this bucket. So yeah, that'll automate that good enough. And it's just going. It's going full speed. It's got good coils. I upgraded these up to resonant now because we can just make the upgrades, no problem. Same as the singulum that I made for that. And that should be good for that. We'll kind of just leave that. Probably head over here and start working on a reactor. I kind of have it mapped out here. This is 11 blocks out. This could be how far we come. We're going to have to dig it out a little bit. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. When you fly around all fast, sometimes you get that world gen lag. There we go. That should be good there, just so I can mark it. And probably the same here. Then we can start using a hammer, right? Once we get rid of this line. There we go. And yeah, we're just going to clear out this whole area, build this reactor. Get a good amount of power. It's not going to be an immense amount of power. It's not going to be what the rainbow generator would be. But of course, the rainbow generator, once it's fixed, we'll kind of run back to that. We have almost nothing left to automate there. It'll just be a matter of kind of setting up the last 2 generators. And then it'll be on. It'll be on for the rest of the pack, producing a ton of power. It's almost beneficial that I did this reactor first because, honestly, a lot of people might have used this for mid-game power. And I was almost going to go completely over it. I should actually put up a poll. I might put up a poll on the screen and ask you guys if you guys are interested, because there's another option you can do with this thing, and it's for turbines. So you need to make the base reactor first, then kind of get a little bit of the byproduct that comes out of it, which is cyanide, and then you can make, another reactor out of it that is turbines, which is a really cool little reactor. But just gonna see if you guys are interested in that. Is that something you want to see or not? So I will throw a poll up there. You guys could decide that. It'll be a simple yes or no. And if you are, maybe that'll be something we do pretty soon. Because, I mean, this thing's going to give us enough cyanide pretty quickly. And with the size we're going, actually, I could set up with like 5 of them. I think we got to fuel 5 of them very easily. Get a pretty substantial amount of power out of them. They're much more efficient, too. So that's pretty cool. The reactor design we're actually going to go with, too, is going to be very efficient. Well, not very efficient. It is I'd say it's about 90% efficient, you know what I mean? You can min-max these things quite a bit. And it's actually, the shorter you make them, the more efficient they are, oddly. You just build these, like, pancake ones, but I don't like those ones because I don't like stubby things. I have no idea. But, you know, I like big reactors. You can build this much bigger, too. But I find when you build them really big, they get really laggy really quick. And, yeah. I built it in Sky Factory 3, and I did the maximum size one. Almost destroyed my world at one point. I think when I recorded that video at one point, I was all the way down to about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 frames per second. It was wonderful content. People still enjoyed it, though, somehow. Anyway, let's do that. Back when I didn't know what I was doing at all whatsoever. Not that I really know what I'm doing now, but I like to pretend. Kind of go over here, get that going there. And that'll be kind of the base of it. That's pretty simple. Then we can just come up this way, right? Until we can want a big chunk of this as well. Kind of come across here. We're going to have to dig out a tunnel above it too, but that isn't too big a deal. Do that, that, and that. Then I'll handle that part. Then we'll need another pillar, won't we? Do that there. Amazing. It really doesn't take long with the wand. It kind of speeds things up immensely, I have to say. It is just a good time. You can also use reactor glass on this thing. Something I should mention as well. I don't like using the reactor glass. I've kind of learned my lesson. The more reactor glass you use, and the bigger the reactor, the more lag it makes. So yeah, this one shouldn't be too bad at all. This size, this 11 by 11 should be okay, especially with no reactor glass. So that's basically the shape of it right there. Just a big giant cube, right? Except for this piece. This one is not important at all. It's actually quite useless. Let's go that way. And I guess most of the roof here. Let's kind of get the next part in. Let's get the fuel rods in. These are very important. These are the ones that actually hold the fuel. We're just going to do a 3x3 in the center because it is quite effective. Kind of get that up. The 3x3 produces a little more power. You can also do one where it's like a donut, right? So the center is empty. Usually you put graphite in the center and it makes it a lot more fuel efficient. That is another option, but like I said, I don't need it perfect. We have a good amount of yellorium and it's just going to keep coming in. So I'm not really concerned. Is that placing sideways? No. Okay. On top of every fuel rod, you'll need one of these control rods. We're going to get that right there. Then the rest of this thing is pretty much just all reactor casing. And we just need to get that done. We're going to have to make some more of them in a second, but we'll kind of figure out how many we need here. So I don't want to make too many more than we need. I already made enough of those other casings. Let's go over here. Let's go to reactor. I still have 32 in there. Let's do another 128. I don't know why I did 128 of them. Doesn't matter. Let's do that. That's going to start grabbing them, right? Actually, let's wait a second. Because I'm going to totally derp that it's going to start making too many. Oh, no, it's doing it in steps. That makes more sense. I tried to jump the gun. There we go. and do that there. Okay, let's work on the front of it. The front of it's going to be pretty easy. Let's bring one line across, kind of like this, right? Oops, let's do that. It's telling us we need one, what? One reactor requires one what? Not enough controllers. Oh, because we don't have a controller. That makes sense. So we're going to build up, what, 5? That's going to be 6. That's where we're going to stick the controller. The controller can go anywhere that is not the edge. So it can't go on the edge, but anywhere on the kind of inner part of the side of any side, it can go. These access ports can go anywhere except for on the edge as well. Same as the these things here, the flux. We'll be able to pull out the power. I'm just going to put it like that so it looks pretty. And then probably just wand it off, actually. That should be pretty much it. We are going to have to go back inside it, but I want to get everything kind of covered up here, make sure we have enough blocks. Then we're going to need our cryothium anyway, and we're also going to need some graphite blocks. I just don't know how many of those we're going to need. Do that, that, that. It's like we only need, what, another 5 of these to get done. So let's go here. Let's go to casing. Oh, we get another 60, so we're good. We got way more than we need. And there we go. That multi-blocked. That's exactly what we want to see. You go in here, you'll have this kind of all this information. You have temperature, you have how much RF, how many millibuckets per tick it's using. And this one here is fuel reactivity. The higher this goes, the more power you're going to produce. So you want to kind of, it's kind of like a multiplier, right? And we're going to get this going here. But what I'm going to do is dig out a tunnel on the top and probably make us some of these graphite blocks. So where are they at? Graphite blocks, which are just a whole bunch of coal, just of the graphite. So just smelt it down, takes 9 to get a block, and we're going to use that to kind of control the flow of the fluids inside the reactor. So I'll be back in a sec. There you go. I went ahead and did a bunch more crafting. So we got a bunch of those graphite blocks. I think I made 180, I think I needed. I think that's right. We can make more. I got the crafting recipe now anyway. Made a couple of ender chests because we're needing a way to handle Yellorium. And another network, receiver, and transmitter as well, which we should probably set up before we go. At least get this part done. So the transmitter would sit right here, right? Let's pop that there. We can come back, get that linked up, and then, yeah, call that a day. The transmitter is actually going to sit on the front of it in the end, so it's going to be, like, right here. And then probably link up the network card, something like that. There we go. I might as well get this wired up, too. I even grabbed the exact amount of cables for once, so I'm not holding a whole bunch. Look at that. And then we'll have a... Well, we need a wrench, too, don't we? Let's go ahead and grab any wrench. I don't think it matters which one. Let's grab you. Oh no, you don't have to do that anymore. That was the old way of doing it. You can just swap them in here. The yellow, I believe, is the input, and the blue is output, right? Yes, outlet mode. It's a little confusing, too, because everything else, blue is input. I have no idea why they did that. We'll do a importer there, and an exporter on that one. Be the way it kind of set up here. Then we'll end up exporting Yellorium, so we'll end up doing that. And that should be fine. Let's go throw the network card in just to make sure everything's working. And that should be good there. I don't even care about the power anymore, I have to say. Like, I mean, once this reactor's on, we're not going to have to worry about power for quite a while, if at all, ever. But anyway, pretty cool. That's good. It's not going to export anything yet. Or is it? Why isn't that exporting, actually? Exporter. There. That. It's damage. I'm curious. Why you no send Yellorium? Do that exporter, right? Huh. Oh, it's going in there. Okay, it's going straight in the reactor, just not seeing it go through. So it is filling up. That's good. We're going to break the multi-block anyway, but it won't lose any, so it doesn't really matter. We have to go inside it, so we're going to actually dig out large chunks of it here and start working on the cryothium, but we need to kind of set up the kind of liquid channels we're going to set up here in a second. I'll kind of explain them as we go. Let's do that, and then we'll have to make sure we grab all those casings as well. There we go. And okay, we're inside the reactor. We're in a very dangerous place. Not really. These things are actually very safe. We're going to take these graphite blocks, and the reason I use graphite, so you have options in here. Blocks that can be placed inside the reactor. It can either be graphite, which is, you know, blocks from the mod, or any other block from the mod. I don't think you can use casing. I've never tried that before, actually. But it has to be something like graphite or metal. You could use like iron, you could use gold, you could use something like that. But if you try to put cobblestone in here, you can't use that. And the only reason I'm really using these blocks in here right now is to control the liquid, right? To make sure it can't move around, stuff like that. Just kind of set liquid channels so it doesn't spread all over the place. And that's really the only point of it. Because it's not going to help the reactor at all. Because It's not from, you know, the east, west, north, or south of the actual fuel rods. So yeah, they're just there. There's fuel, just liquid channels. Basically, the corners of the reactor is pointless, but we have to build in the shape. In a perfect world, we'd be able to kind of, you know, build a plus sign, and then it would just make a lot more sense. But, you know, it's the mod. We got to go by their rules. Anyway, we're going to go like that. We're going to get it all filled up. It's going to work. Get this done here. Kind of come up that way. And yeah, that's pretty much that there. We're going to go ahead. Oh, did I forget my gelid? We do need to go get our gelid, man. That's really important stuff right there. The gelid needs to go inside those little areas we kind of carved out there. And we need to fill it up all, like all of it. Thankfully, gelid kind of functions in a way that makes that a little easier. And I also made a jerry can to kind of speed this up. We're going to put that down right there for now. Grab the jerry can. The jerry can actually hold 10 buckets of liquid, which is actually very helpful. But the cool thing is, with gelid, you notice that it drops. So you can kind of, you know, do a little wave of it. I know I'm going to have to do this 9 times for this particular spot. But at least I can kind of, you know, grab a bunch of liquid and not have to do, you know, 1 bucket at a time and go crazy. But we're going to have to bring this to the top on every side. So we're going to completely fill it. And that's how we're going to kind of get the max kind of efficiency and power out of this thing. So yeah, it is a little bit of work. But at the same time, it's going to be well worth it, I think. Do that. Is that the right height? I think that's the right height there. The only place that's a little annoying is the very center block. So what I usually do to do the center block is bring something out like that and do that, right? Because otherwise you don't have anything to really target. So I just kind of do it like that. Seems to work pretty good anyway. That. And ooh, this stuff's very cool too. You can also see it makes snow. It's very Christmassy, which I really don't want to talk about yet, although I need to start doing Christmas shopping for the daughter, I suppose. I don't know what you buy 5-year-olds. I'm sure she'll tell me. Definitely a thing. Let's do that there. There. See, it does take a while. So there isn't really a fast way to do this. And if I start wasting liquid, if I start just putting it in the top and stuff, right? Not something you really want to be doing. Kind of go there. That. It's so hard to tell when it's flat. Is that good yet? No, that's still moving down, isn't it? There we go. Probably just finish off this one side, then I'll kind of go do the other ones by myself. Just want to show you how I kind of do it here. So you get an idea of just what kind of undertaking this is. Guess we just need to do these side ones now. Oh, okay. That was just an update bug. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. Sweet. And, oh yeah, I got flight. Why don't I come over this side now? Make my life all that much easier, right? Kind of keep going. And yeah, you got to do this on all 4 sides. But with the jerry can, it does make it much easier. So I do advise you to use it. Because otherwise, 1 bucket at a time. And I have done it on a max size reactor before. Well, it wasn't a max. It was a near max. I don't even remember the max anymore. I just remember it's massive. It's like over 40 blocks tall, I think. Is that full yet? Can't tell. No, it's definitely not full. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, that one's full. Am I going to be able to pick that up? That's what I'm curious. No, I'm not. So I'm going to need a bucket here so I don't waste liquids, right? Maybe a regular bucket. Do something like that. Sweet. When it gets there at the top, it's so hard to tell, like which side is full and which side is not. Do that. That. I don't know if the middle is full, so let's kind of double check that. Yeah, that one's not done. And every bucket you miss is going to make it a little more inefficient. That is kind of a thing as well, so I try to be pretty careful with it. But that one's completely full now, so we're good. We should be able to just cover that one up. And I'm going to have to go and do that 3 more times. So, yeah, maybe I'll finish that up. And maybe we'll work on, once we have the reactor on, do a little more power storage or something like that. Probably be a good idea. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few. And there you go. I've gone ahead and finished off the multi-block. I got all the fluid in there, so it's good to go. So, we kind of go in here now. You'll see this thing's almost full, so we can get this going in a second. You notice there's a couple buttons down here, too. So, there's auto eject waste, which is always on, and that's the one I always leave it on because it just makes it so you can pipe out the fuel into an inventory. You could even just put a crate or a drawer here, something like that if you wanted to. I'm just gonna pump it back into the system and do it that way because yeah, I might set up a drawer in our system somewhere, like over there, just pipe it kind of on priority back at the drawer. I may do that, but Not that big a deal, really. We can use that for ludicrite to make the turbines if we do that. But yeah, this is going now. The other button down here is actually just to activate the reactor or turn it off. So if I go ahead and click this now, you're going to see that the power is going to go up quite quickly. You can see there's already 30,000 RF. There's 40. It's not going to make it to 50. Probably about 45. Which doesn't seem too bad at all. Look at that. And yeah, that's actually pretty sweet little power there. It's going to level out a bit and kind of tweak a little. Yeah, it looks like about 45,000 RF, which isn't too bad at all. You can see there the usage. That's actually only a millibucket. So one ingot has 144 millibuckets. So it's using one a tick. So, sorry, one every 2 tickets using a millibucket. So it's using about 20 millibuckets a tick, which is not too bad. I mean, that's a second, right? And it'll burn through the fuel in time. Fuel will get ejected, sent out here. And it's going to come out in the form of cyanide. So if you go to cyanide here, this is the stuff that's going to come out. And you can use this for stuff, so you can actually craft it with just use radium and sand straight up. But it's going to be used to make the turbine rotors and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? That, and I think it's also used for the ludicrite right here, which is used for the turbine kind of rotor setup, and is pretty cool all around. But yeah, definitely might be something we get to. Really depends on what you guys decide to do with the pool there. But this is a significant amount of power. But I need to show you something else here because it's very important. I should explain it first, actually. Let's come back down. So right now, it's burning fuel at the max usage. Even though our batteries are completely full, that power has nowhere to go. First off, I should fix that. I totally forgot we need a plug here, right? So let's go grab a plug. Let's do that. Oh, I actually already crafted it. Sweet. Even better. Now take that, pop that on there, set that here. But even though that's there, the power has nowhere to go. We don't have the storage, right? So we're producing a whole bunch of power we can't even store right now, and we're not using. So the way to kind of manage that is up here, you have these reactor control rods. And you kind of highlight the buttons. And I type here to kind of get that out of the way. You notice that control, change all rods. So if I hold control and I click up, it'll drop the rods. And right now, this thing's actually only going to produce 10% of the possible power. And you could actually lower it more than that. You could put it down to like 1% if you really wanted to. But the power is going to drop. But as it drops, it's also going to get more efficient because the casing's going to kind of cool down. So you actually, it's more efficient this way, but you're not going to get as much power. But we're not wasting as much Yellorium as well. So I can kind of tweak it to our needs until we kind of get to the point where I have to run it at max. But I'm kind of curious where it's going to stop at. Looks like about 6.5-ish. And really low millibucket per tick use. That's actually quite a bit more because I dropped it by 90%, and at 100%, if it was the same math, that'd be what, 64,000 RF as opposed to 45 where we were producing. So much more efficient at this, but at the same time, nowhere near as much power. The efficiency went up, I think, mostly because the casing heat, right? It went down, and the core heat. I think it gets more efficient. So yeah, that is our reactor, man. It is totally awesome. It's doing its job. And the last thing we need to deal with is a little more fluid storage. So, not fluid storage, power storage. So we can kind of, you know, take it a little more. So we're going to go back to, what is the flux, right? There's upgraded ones. Let's set the recipe for the basics. Let's go here. Basic. Here, yeah, this one here. Basic fluix storage. I keep calling it fluix. It's not fluix at all. Don't say that. Anyway, let's do that. I did this again. Let's put those back in there. Let's see if it updates properly. There we go. And pop that there. Get that pattern inside. I would try to autocraft these all the ways up to Gargantuan, but there's an issue where they don't like the metadata. So you can't autocraft these things. You can only autocraft the first tier. Something I've learned in the past. Let's go to basic. Basic. There we go. I think we need 36 of these to make one Gargantuan. One should be good right now. But these things are going to take a ton of redstone, right? Oh, I don't have a pain recipe. That's a pain. Let's go here. Actually add a pain recipe. Sweet. And pop that up there. And maybe now we can make our basics here. I think it takes 6 per level. So let's do 36. Maybe like that. Yeah, that's going to take 206 blocks. Which is a lot. But isn't horrible at the same time. We'll need some panes as well. Oh no. Yeah, we'll need some more panes, right? So might as well get that done. Do that. Sweet. Let's go back to, what is it? Basic. Grab them, because there are actually 2 tiers we need to go through. Why is it stuck? Wait a second. Did I tell it to only make 36? I mean 35? I meant to make 36. There we go. That'll handle that. Again, we need our panes. Do that. They just go like that, and you go like this here, right? So we're gonna make 6 of these ones. These are the Herculean, and then we're gonna make the actual gargantuan. These ones can hold 128 million RF, so they're gonna be an awesome buffer. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of retire one of these, I suppose. It's like I broke too many blocks. And pop that there. Pop that in the network. And now we have a giant buffer. So we have a much bigger buffer now. I don't know what it was before, but it was only a couple million. And now we have a much bigger one. So I can come over here now and probably jack the power up for a little bit. Then I'll probably lower it once it kind of gets maxed out there again. So we'll just put it up to max. Run back this way. And yeah, we're not even using anywhere near this much power yet, which is kind of hilarious. You see here though, this is going to fill up very quickly. And yeah, the only power we're using so far, how much are we using? We're only using 1.7K and we got 49.4 coming in. And actually we should just might as well break up the lava setup. We don't need it anymore. So we're just going to take it out of the way here. It's kind of an eyesore. So let's just get it out of there, get it out of there. Move that on, and we're going to retire lava. And yeah, I'll probably turn down, not turn on, turn down, turn off. Actually, I don't even need to turn off the lava in the nether. It's full. I have like, yeah, 2 million buckets or something ridiculous. This is all around ridiculous. We probably have a couple cyanide in the system now, at least one I would think. Cyanide? Yeah, in that whole time, we've only gone through 2, so not going to use a ton. Chickens will keep up. And we won't have an issue. And even if chickens can't keep up, I'm getting it as essence as well. I could just teach the system to craft it as essence, then put a crafting card on that exporter, and that would deal with that, just as we have before with all the you know, crafting cards that we've been using. So all around awesome. I'm really happy with how this turned all out. And I think we did pretty good. I may actually wrap this episode up here. I think it's a pretty good time, except for this. This is an eyesore, man. You gotta go. I'm gonna stick you in the ground where you belong. Get back in your home. There you go. That works. That. Anyway, I think I am going to wrap this one up here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. If you really like this video, smash that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. I want you guys all to have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.